Well, every year, the Department of Housing and Urban Development asks groups who help the homeless to conduct a point-in-time count or a pit count of the homeless in the area. This year, the group of 12 volunteers with the Raleigh County Community Action counted 3 homeless people in Raleigh County, all in Beckley. But before you begin to question that number, Newswatch reporter Anna Saunders breaks down what that means and the method of the count.
Well, those who participated in the pit count says Raleigh County definitely has a homeless problem, but they also might have a perception problem as well.
The point-in-time count does not make any pretense of counting all the homeless people. What it does do is give you trend data from year to year because the methodology stays the same.
And that methodology involves splitting up into groups into various areas throughout the county, trying to get to every hole and crevice and go to places where they've found people before.
Where have you been staying? How long have you been homeless? What is the leading cause to your homelessness? Have you ever heard of Pine Haven?
These are some of the questions they will ask to get confirmation that they are in fact homeless. The volunteers only do this for a 4-hour time slot, so of course the data is not exact, but like it says, a point in time. But what data they can rely on steadily is from Pine Haven, the local homeless shelter.
We served 646 people last year for 25,000 sheltered nights, and 134 of them achieved transitional or permanent housing. In our housing department, we housed 119 people. So we know that we're touching lives and protecting people.
And in comparison to 2018, the shelter served almost 100 more during 2018, but for fewer nights. So with the perception side of things, the people you might be seeing walking the streets or sitting on benches aren't always homeless. Kaylee says they could just be in some of the low-income housing downtown.
One that we see a lot in downtown Beckley, in my view, are people with low income but subsistence income, minimal obligations, and a lot of time on their hands. The second category of homeless people I am seeing are people who are addicted or mentally ill.
Oftentimes, Cantley deals with people who do not want help because of the stronghold of addiction and mental illness. However, he says he understands the frustration of business owners and others downtown, but wants their frustration not so much aimed at the people and organizations who are doing their best to help.
We can't let our frustration with this problem cause us to lose who we are. And in that frustration, if we're not careful, we'll act out and we'll lose our compassion. So regardless of how we feel, we've got to keep trying because we're dealing with people.
Reporting in Beckley, I'm Anna Saunders, Newswatch.
During the count, the volunteers and staff found areas they said looked like people had been living there, but where they actually found the people at that time of night were indoors in places like convenience stores trying to stay warm.